Morning folks, if you're just joining us, if you are an early starter, just jumped on very quickly because I wanted to catch this little biz jet going out. Got a TUI 737 waiting patiently, but I think this biz jet is very shortly to go, so keeping an eye on that. Still setting up, usual story folks. There we go. Run back, Danny, run back. Okay. Not much runway needed for that little biz jet. Next action coming from I thought I saw a 737 waiting patiently. It was much further away than I thought. From up here, I think. So we'll leave the camera there, just setting up, folks. Bear with me. That departure you just saw is off to Belfast. It's an Embraer Legacy 500 and the registration of it was Golf Hotel Alpha Romeo Golf. So next arrive is going to be an A321neo from EasyJet. It is Oscar Echo Indigo Sierra Echo. That registration is of course one of the overseas ones, so it's a flight that originates from EasyJet Europe. That is Milan, and that'll be here in about 6 minutes time. We will not miss that, don't worry. Just going to continue setting up for a second though, but good morning to you if you've joined us already. Early birds, I know you've got plenty of choice as ever on a Saturday morning, so thank you for making it Planecaster this morning. We love you for that. Just done one of those classic things on an iPhone. Does anybody else randomly record their screen by accident? What is that all about? Right, let's switch on a few features. My phone, absolutely resolute. There's no rain, no risk of rain today, but I can feel moisture in the air, I can tell you now. Yeah, 737 there, taking a few moments to get started. Looks like a Max from here with the size of the engines, but we'll find out when it gets a bit closer. Haven't seen too many 800s from TUI here at Bristol for a long time. So I'm going to make the assumption it is a 737 MAX. Actually, I'm just going to zoom out on that for a second, folks, so you don't lose sight of it, and just get something else set up. The inbound from Milan, not too far away now. We'll swing the camera around in just a second, as that will almost certainly be our next movement. And it looks like the TUI is a 737 MAX 8. It's on its way to Fuerteventura. Okay, right, let's put that there. Quite a low cloud base at the airport today, so nothing to see in the sky at the moment, but as soon as there is, I'll swing the camera around. Problem is, we won't get much notice. I'd be very surprised if this TUI departs before the inbound EasyJet 321. I would be very, very surprised indeed, so I'm keeping my eye open. The MAX is a pretty beautiful plane, really. The bigger engine suit it, leaving aside the technical issues, of course, but I think they do. Obviously, we see those winglets now retrofitted, don't we, on other 737s, but yeah, that looks nice. TUI logo, livery, always looks amazing across. Getting ready to swing the camera around in just a second. Perhaps there is chance. Perhaps there is. To be honest, whatever I think is going to happen, it's normally the opposite, isn't it? Doesn't look like it's about 600 feet in height now, which shows you how low the cloud is. I'm going to swing round the camera to catch the arrival. It's definitely there, folks. Very much the way of the low cloud base today. It was alarming me on the drive up, to be honest, as before I left the house I had a look how low the cloud was, and I was thinking, blimey, this may not make for a very good show, but I think we're going to be alright, actually. I mean, I can hear that aircraft now, to give you an idea. Let's also turn this on, let's see. There you go. There's some aircraft noise for you. If the wind gets too bad, I will chop it down. There you go. That gives you an idea how low the cloud is, folks. Lovely trails there. Did you see that being left behind? Amazing. So there's no, as you can probably see, no real challenge from the wind today. Just a little issue there with the cloud cover. So I imagine this is one of those landings where you'll be told to turn all your equipment off, because they'll use the instrument landing system. If you've ever been on a plane here at Bristol Airport and they've told you to make sure things are turned off, not just on flight mode, then that is what that's all about. Just in case you're wondering. So, TUI next to depart. We'll be waiting now for the clearance of the other aircraft. The registration of this one is Tango Uniform Mike Whiskey for TUI, 737 MAX 8 of course. Very, very young, just 1 year old, was delivered in April last year, for a year and a half old. Very nice indeed. Whoops, I'm sorry about that, folks. What a time to have a focus blip, eh? There you go, folks. Look, that is how bad the cloud is this morning. Not ideal for landing shots, but we will do our best. We're here now. Lovely Airbus 321 just came in from Milan. It's an EasyJet Europe plane. Good morning to you, wherever you are joining us from. It is a great pleasure to have you here. I'm going to zoom out just a second, do a little bit more admin. Usual one-man bandery going on here at Felton Common this morning. The plane you can see in the background now, the EasyJet's just passing, landed as I was setting up. It's all kicking off here. Morning. Right, folks, just going to make a couple of adjustments to the camera here. Make things a little bit easier. Keep an eye on that for the moment, nothing else to report. For now. So obviously by this point in time a number of the flights from the morning rush will be gone. at Bristol Airport, but what we are now here for is to kind of catch the mid-morning arrivals as they come back in again, and of course the corresponding departures as well. Be here for about 3 hours or so, I guess. Bristol to Fuerteventura flight you just saw take off is already at 7,800 feet, well on its way now to Fuerteventura. Imagine you're on board that now. Lovely stuff, eh? Probably just starting to see the sunshine above the clouds. Oh, happy days indeed. Don't know if you can hear the aircraft above passing over. That's the 787-10 Dreamliner on its way from Panama City to Amsterdam. No chance of seeing it, I'm afraid, not at the current time. Also about to fly over us in about 3 or 4 minutes is Suriname Airways. That's a rare one, A340-300 series. Departed 8 hours ago from Paramaribo. It's on its way to Amsterdam this morning. Not too long, I guess, before they start their descent. So if you're new to us today, welcome to the channel. We are Planecaster. We broadcast from Bristol Airport every week, as much as possible. Making sure that we keep the highlight on the Southwest's best regional airport, for sure. Friendly dogs just coming over to say hello. Gorgeous golden retriever, I think. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aircraft in at the minute. The one I was talking about earlier that landed was this one, look, German Airways. I haven't seen this before. It has been a while since I've been here on a Saturday morning, so let me see if I can find out what's going on with that. With a name like German Airways, you would have thought it would have come from somewhere other than the Netherlands, wouldn't you? But it actually did come in from Amsterdam. It's a KLM operated flight from the look of things. It's a KLM flight number. It's an Embraer 190 you're looking at there, SR. Registration is Delta Alpha Kilo Juliet Charlie. And yeah, just for me, that's something a bit different. So it just must be a KLM flight operated by German Airways. If anybody knows anything about that one, do let us know. So weather conditions here this morning, 7 knots, visibility is 6 miles allegedly, certainly not though below the clouds. Let's read you this METAR report. So the last METAR at 8:20 this morning, got a 300-foot cloud ceiling still being reported, 10 kilometres visibility. After you're through the clouds, I guess, and 7 knots is the crosswind. It's nothing like last week. My goodness me, that was blustery. 230 degrees is the direction the wind is coming from. So we do have a crosswind component today, which is a little bit different because it was coming straight down the runway almost last week, wasn't it? 1039 hectopascals is the pressure, and the weather's described, as you can very clearly see, as overcast. But I am seeing little spots of blue skies here at Bristol. So maybe a couple of overflies if we get lucky. Hope for the best, can't we? A couple of things being let off there. I imagine that must be bird control. I can't think anybody would have any need for fireworks at this unearthly hour. Aviation Hunters has joined us this morning. Good morning to you. How you going, boys? Well, we're excited to see the German Airways British Airways 190 hybrid operating for K&M. There it is. That's the thing that was confusing me. I hadn't seen it before, unless you're talking about a different aircraft. Yeah, anyway, so fairly benign conditions here at Bristol Airport, which I think it is scheduled to kind of stay like this for most of the day. So if you are looking to come a plane spot, today's a good day. Probably won't get too wet. It doesn't look like it's going to rain too much. There's a little bit of moisture in the air, but it's nothing to phase you, really. In fact, I'll tell you how confident I am of that. I'm even going to risk putting an external monitor on to aid with the filming today. So let me take care of that without further ado while we have a few seconds. Just zoom out a little bit because I'm going to be shaking the camera all over the place here just for a second. Aviation Hunters, do let us know when you're on next, and I know that I imagine you've got a Heathrow show lined up for us this weekend. If so, let us know. I know as ever there's a great choice that you have this morning, so thank you very much for joining Planecaster. Even if you're just popping in and popping out and seeing what's going on in the world of aviation streaming this morning, you are very welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Right. Engines are starting somewhere. We will catch that action for you in just a second, don't worry. Alright, okay, external monitor, which makes life so much easier. Just having a look here to see if I can sense where the engines are starting. Or is it something being tested somewhere, or am I just imagining it? Probably the latter. It's not up here, is it? This one's still got the steps going on. Let's keep an eye on that for a second. I could probably hear a tractor starting, can't I? Something like that. I tell you what I can hear. Possibly a Cessna 680A citation latitude. It's just appeared on the radar. Charlie Sierra Lima Alpha uniform. Don't have a destination for it, I'm afraid. It's started up in the business centre, so we might see that make an appearance in just a second. Let's just see if we can get another view of that, look. See if we can dig out some stats for it. I always like to see what's been going on with these aircraft. Just give me 1 second. Alpha Kilo Juliet. Oh dear me, Juliet. Charlie this morning is the registration on that one. Juliet. Alpha Kilo. Yeah, Delta Alpha Kilo Juliet Charlie. Let's see if I've got any info I can dig up and show you about this. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Bear with us. Oh man, that looks like it's not going to work. Sorry folks. Aviation Hunters, I really like the look of that. Yeah, looks really, really nice, doesn't it? It's an XBA 190. I did look at it when it was coming in. I was just unpacking the car, and I looked up, saw it coming in, and there's like a 300-foot ceiling here today, so there wasn't much time for it to appear before it kind of come past, if that makes sense. And I was looking at it and thinking, there's a touch of the British Airways about this. But I thought, why are we seeing that coming in? So yeah, that was cool. It's nice to see. And catch it on the departure again soon as well. Oh, there we are. I've got some information about it. Sorry, folks. Feedback I got there from my system was suggesting that it had all gone wrong. Anyway, very tidy. Those of you who have joined us for the London City Airport will be familiar with seeing the Embraers. A little bit of wind, as you can just see the tripod rocking now. Now we've put the TV, we've put the external monitor up. In terms of wind here at the airport this morning, let's have a quick peek. Gives you an idea compared to the angle of the runway. We've got nothing that was due in this morning late at all. Sometimes some of the earlier stuff is a little bit behind schedule, but sadly not this morning. So I think our next arrival might be, let's have a look, in about 40 minutes or so from the Edinburgh flight, if we're lucky. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Some departures to come though, I'm sure. We still have this NetJets Europe Cessna 680 Citation Latitude. We've seen one BizJet go this morning, so I imagine this one will be making its way over for departure soon. As soon as that's to be seen, I will get it on the camera for you. No doubt about that. Little chat, look. Hi John, how's it going? Oh Dave, I haven't seen you for ages. Yeah. How's the wife? How's the kids? How's the dog? Suggestion, perhaps we'll see some Jet 2 action today, as we've got 3 in at the minute. Planeman, good morning, Planecaster. An amazing stream today. Love the BRS actions. Pleased to hear about increase in aircraft numbers for next year. Yeah, great news, isn't it? It's going to be a busy summer, I think, at the airport. So, Aviation Hunters, are you on this weekend? Let us know. Anybody is looking for some great action, you always get a fantastic stream on Planecaster. Got security dog barking at me now. Hello. Now, can you guess the colour of the dog from the bark? It's a big dog, deep bark. It was a black dog. the A321 came in from Milan. It's an EasyJet Europe service, this one, so it originated from there, not here. When it goes out, it'll be the return journey. Aviation crew are here this morning as well. Good morning, aviation crew. Nice to speak with you. How you doing? Oh, aviation crew's going live on Flight Sim. Well, have a pleasant flight, sir. Have a pleasant flight. Enjoy your stream. Milan. I'm trying to work out if in the middle of winter, or actually technically, is it winter yet? Is it still technically autumn? But whatever it is, would I want to come from Milan to Bristol, or would I prefer to be going in the opposite direction? I'm pretty sure I'd like to be on the return flight. I've never had the pleasure of going to Milan. It was on my list actually, pre-COVID, but never happened. Maybe that's a little trip to conduct soon. Bus service is very good here at Bristol Airport. Look, always on time. Regular bus and the airbus. The BizJet we spoke about has disappeared from radar, so I don't know if they were just doing a bit of a start-up for a bit of fun or to check something out, but unfortunately that's gone off the radar now, so we won't be seeing that unless it's just a temporary blip. Various passovers, I wish I could bring them to you. Got Bonaire at the moment, A330-300 from Bonaire. Departed 7 hours 33 minutes ago, on its way now into Amsterdam, going in the opposite direction. We've got a 777 from British Airways on its way to JFK. That's a 777-300 Golf Sierra Tango Bravo Golf. No doubt a model and a registration that's been caught by our friends at Aviation Hunters at Heathrow on regular occasion. Tyler John is with us. Good morning, Tyler. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are well. Just a quick check of where we are. Just gone 9 o'clock here at Bristol. We're live from Felton Common. Just talking about some of these flyovers. We won't see them unfortunately at the moment. It's still too murky. But got JFK to Milan. So. In addition to the flight you're looking at, or the plane you're looking at there, which is going back to Milan, there's one coming over very shortly. Just to its left, or its north I should say, but on its left side is a Detroit to Charles de Gaulle, A350 Air France service. They are at 1,000 feet difference. I wonder if they can see each other. It's actually quite a distance on the map. I think we'll see some movements very shortly. Departures definitely before arrivals, I think, today. Definitely quieter here in the winter, as you can see. But still plenty to be seen, which is why we're here. We'll get a little bit busier in the next hour or so. Shall we see what else we can tell you about some of these aircraft? Okay. What is that one? Oscar Echo. Where's my gadget? Right, okay. Oscar Echo Indigo Sierra Echo. Let's see where this one has been. I can't see this information in real time, by the way, folks, which is really annoying. Oh, so aviation hunters are on the drive down to Heathrow now. Nothing beats the Bristol actions in the meantime, especially with amazing else. Oh, thank you very much, boys. You're very, very kind. That means you should get some kind of, let's have a look, pretty much continuous service today here at Heathrow, because I think, well, we've got STTV down there at the moment, and then if you guys take over, that'd be fantastic. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't gone to Aviation Hunters and pressed subscribe, do so. You will also see them here at Bristol occasionally as well. Great content, and they've got some brilliant filming locations up their sleeves as well, so really worth subscribing to that channel. Lovely people as well, lovely people, which is even more of a bonus. Right, look. This will be our next departure today. We will watch that familiar pushback procedure here. Sorry about the little bit of shaking, folks. It's the wind hitting my external monitor. Worth having a little zoom here. It's always good to see the hand go up. Let's see if we'll see that today. It might be obscured actually. There you go, there's the safety signal, and that means the plane can move on their way when they're ready. Subject to air traffic control, of course. Yep, she is a beauty though, absolutely. Really, really nice. Nice story there from the Aviation Hunter guys, thank you. Tyler, I think Qatar is starting at Cardiff Airport on Monday. Wow, is that serious? Tyler, is that based on a news story, or is that based on kind of what they said would happen, that they'd definitely be back by December, and you're kind of working on the basis that they were going to do that? Fantastic news, if so. December 18th is that? I do see this a news story here from 3 months ago which said it was going to be December 18th. What fantastic news. If you want to fly over towards that direction, folks, that Qatar flight into Doha opens many, many options for you. And flying through Cardiff is a very relaxed experience in general. It's super relaxed, which is great from a traveller's perspective, which is the opposite from a spotter's perspective, isn't it? I can't speak this morning. I know I've been meaning to mention this for weeks. Does anybody else listen to any aviation podcasts? I am a big fan of Airline Pilot Guy, and I highly recommend that. You can get that wherever you get your podcast from, and well worth a listen. Well worth a listen. Ironically, the Airline Pilot Guy is practically retired now. He's on his last couple of months before retirement, a couple of weeks even now actually, and so that perspective is changing slightly. You've got an ex-Virgin Atlantic captain who also co-presents from time to time. So it's well worth a listen. It's called Airline Pilot Guy. If anybody else listens to that, give us a nod. So there's a little story with this one. You can scroll up the chat to see that from our friends at Aviation Hunters who are in the know with these type of things. Worth having a quick read of that. Certainly a tidy looking plane, isn't it? Today, aren't they? That went out. Oops. First trip over the tripod of the day, first of many, I'm sure. This gives us an opportunity now to see how much the cloud cover has increased or decreased at the cloud level. Wow, well there you go, that's conclusive. Situation has not improved much is my professional assessment there. Brilliant. Thank you, Aviation Hunters, much appreciated. It's that eyeliner on the German. Wow, look, she's a thing of beauty. She's just trying to make herself look great. So that is not off to Germany, it's off to Amsterdam, operating on behalf of KLM today. That's the departure you just saw, I mean. What have we got now? What's going to happen next, folks? What do you think? I'm going to see if I can try and work out why the camera is rocking today. I think it might be because of a loose screw, which you can insert your own jerks for that one. Just bear with me 1 second, folks. I'm just going to take the camera off the tripod and just make sure we're all done up on that screw at the bottom. It comes undone on the plate that mounts onto the tripod from time to time, and then you get that rocking action. There you go, that should be... Doesn't actually seem to be much better, does it? What if I do that? Oh yeah, there you go, miles better, folks. Miles better. There we are. So when the wind does blow, there's a little bit of wind chill. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad like it has been. I would love to find out if that Qatar story is definitely right. Yeah, plane man, it did. It kind of like had a little ginger takeoff, didn't it? And then it was like, right, actually, we've got a lot in the bag. Let's hit it. Let's floor it. And it did. The angle that it went up was fantastic. Must have been fun. Maybe they thought they were still flying out of London City. It's a standard angle for there, isn't it? Could have been park running this morning. There's always an anniversary or a big number coming up for somebody in our running club. It's like every single week there seems to be some arbitrary reason. Somebody's at 50, somebody's at 100, somebody's at 30, and today one of our members is at 100. I can't remember exactly who it was now. Is it Andy? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's where I could have been this morning. Park run very near my house in Cardiff. Okay, now that's interesting, isn't it? So that is a 737-800. And I was making the point that we haven't seen the 737-800s at Bristol very often at all. In fact, I was going to say, if you were going to fly from Bristol with TUI, you were almost going to be guaranteed a max. But I wonder if that was just a temporary situation over the summer, and we're going to have some more 800s based here now. If anybody knows, of course, let me know. Is that Tor Yankee, by the way? Yes, or is it Tor V? Oh, I can't quite tell through the small thing. So we've got Ryanair up there as well. Don't know if that's planning to go anywhere today. That seems a weird place for a Ryanair to be parked up, to be honest. So it's way out the way of the regular terminal, and there's not exactly a capacity problem today. So I imagine that one's out of service for a bit. Now I can hear a plane flying over now. Can you hear that? Just above. That is actually the flight that we just saw take off, the German Airways, Embraer 190SR, at 11,000 feet, 335 knots. Not hanging around. I'd love to be able to bring you footage of it, but Sky's definitely not allowing that today. Let's show you what it's like. I haven't shown you the overview yet, have I? Because we do tend to zoom quite a long way from here. Little bits of blue in the sky you might notice as I pan the camera around. But still very low cloud cover. There you go. So not perfect flying weather, although maybe we'll see some GA out today, some instrument rated GA, I don't know. That's a thing from this airport. It's not visual flight rules at the moment, as far as I can see, so that would rule out your more wider group of general aviation flights, if I understand correctly. Right. Jay Turner, haven't seen any Jet 2 plane this morning. Good morning, Jay Turner. We have got some here. We've got 3 visible, but nothing that's moved yet. So you've got 3737800. You've got that one just hiding behind there, and this one as well. Does look like there you go. Yeah, actually we've got. Looks like we can have a departure in a second. Look, as the steps are finally being taken away from that one. So that was a very timely message from you. Thank you. Yeah, maybe plane man. Have a good day, Tyler. Thanks for joining us. I would like to point out none of that disturbance is due to me. That's generally what happens when another dog dares to come past. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see some action here then with this Jet 2. Haven't got it on the radar yet, but as soon as I see anything, I will let you know. Excellent. So it looks like we've got an Amsterdam and a Geneva arrival en route currently. Kind of interested to know if that Edinburgh took off as well, because that one was due in soon. I'll take a look at that now. Yeah, so the Edinburgh is delayed this morning, which is unfortunate, because that's a 320 Neo, a 321 Neo as well. That is unfortunate. That Edinburgh flight is now due in a 10:08. And it looks like our next arrivals are at 10:12 and 10:29. However, still departures to come for now. So let's keep our eyes open here. And then we can enjoy the stream of departures a little bit later on. Folks, if you're flying out of Bristol Airport, I say this every time, but I don't want you to pay full price, and I don't think they want you to pay full price for parking, because they're giving away vouchers. All you've got to do is just sign up for their email newsletter, and that's the easiest thing in the world, because as soon as you go to the Bristol Airport website, you should see a pop-up that says, sign up, 15% off, 10% off, whatever they're doing at the moment. So don't pay full price for official airport parking, folks. That's a mugs game. Don't do that. You don't have to. Just sign up for their email bulletin and you'll get a voucher through. You'll be happy you did it. You did it. They'll be happy you did it. I'll be happy you did it. All of us in the entire aviation spotting community will be happy that you didn't pay full price for airport parking. So it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Come on now. Ben Watham, amazing stream, playcast, loving the content, the commentary, keep it up everyone, make sure you like and subscribe to support this mission channel. Thank you, Ben, much appreciated, really kind words. Plane Ace is in sunny Tenerife. Good morning from sunny Tenerife. Well, I am jealous, Plane Ace. Now Ace, Plane Ace, is that Anne-Marie, Plane Ace? Jay Turner, you reckon she's off to Palma or Tenerife or Canary Islands? Okay, well, I'm sure it won't be long before we find out. We'll be all over that, don't worry. Taking it easy at the moment, if so. Because it's parked over there, I was a little bit concerned it might just be something where they've just done some work and then disappeared. I mean, there's still a truck there, isn't there? Presumably that doesn't actually need to be pushed back, does it? Or is that a load of equipment in front? It's very hard to tell from this perspective because we're so far away. Can't even see if anyone's on the flight deck. Well Oh, actually, maybe somebody is. If the wind would stop blowing. Let me know if you can see. You can probably see better on your bigger screen than I can. If you're watching us, by the way, and it's defaulted to a lower resolution, we are broadcasting in 1080 HD in 50 frames a second, so make sure that you scale up to that and use that resolution if you've got the bandwidth for it, because things will look much nicer. We are super zoomed in here, though, having said that, so they won't look very good for this. But it will for the rest of the arrivals. Right, Anne-Marie, it is me. Right, flying home this evening. Okay, you're with British Airways into Heathrow, aren't you? So you might get on Aviation Hunter's stream when you fly home. Are you flying home super late, Anne-Marie, or is it a reasonable time? Also, let's have the weather forecast for Tenerife. These things are important. Or current weather conditions, we want to know. Just keeping the camera on the Jet 2, see if much is going on with this one, but... oh, now are they connecting a tug, actually? You're not going to miss anything else there, folks, don't worry. It's a little bit quiet for arrivals for the next hour, but then we've got a stream to look forward to, so... stream of them to look forward to, so we'll enjoy that, and we'll enjoy watching these departures in the meantime. There was a business jet that popped up on the radar earlier. It has disappeared now. Jay Turner, it's a good call. I'm rooting for you to be right. Fact, I could just look at the information, couldn't I, and see what we've got scheduled here. Right, yeah, departures with Jet 2 today. We are expecting one to Chambéry right about now. That sounded like Fatboy Slim song, didn't it? Right about now. Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. Yeah, so that's off to Chambéry right about now, and 9:40 the Tenerife is due out, and 10:20 the Fuerteventura is due out. That was a 10 o'clock departure, so that's delayed 20 minutes already, but 3 aircraft, 3 departures, so they're all here, potentially. I don't know what the reason for the delay is. Just need to get on, don't they? Right, still breezy but sunny and warm, back into LHR arrival at 21:30. Probably a little bit late for Aviation Hunters. But, yeah. J-Turn, plane hunt, just zoomed in, looks like there is somebody on the flight deck. Yeah, I think there is. I think that's going to be probably Chambéry, as that is the only one that's had activity. Well, I say it's the only one that's had activity. We can't really see too much around the other side of that one, but now that looks like it's probably not far off being ready, right? Juliet Zulu Delta Bravo, am I looking at there? Can't see much of what's going on in the one behind, but yeah, this one is not too far off being ready to go as well. Chambéry, is that for skiing? Chambéry, isn't it? So we've got one off for one going to the cold and 2 going to the heat. Fair play. Much rather be on the one going to the warm, I think. Let's have a little Jet 2 moment. There you go. We've got dogs, we've probably got the occasional rabbit, and we've even got a horse. Another plane flying over at the moment. Sorry about the barking, folks. Can you hear that flying over us now? That's a Cologne arrival into Cardiff. 7,700 feet, descending at 256 knots. Sorry about the barking, folks. It's all part of the service, all part of the variation of the stream. Right. Beacon is going on the other jet too. Sorry for the delay, folks. I mean, I'm trying to remain quiet and still, not because I'm under any threat from the dogs, but to try and help out the lady who's got control of them, and basically get the dogs to lose interest in me, hopefully. But I guess they're always going to think people nearby are intruders, such as the nature of dogs. I think there's also dogs the other side of the wall here as well, which is interesting them, and horses. Plenty to keep a dog inspired on a Saturday morning. Right, this is the EasyJet A321 going back now to Milan, MXP. What an amazing aircraft 321neo is. I still haven't had the pleasure, and it would be really good to have a flight on one, but so far that hasn't happened. So there goes the tow bar. We'll have that back, thank you very much. I zoomed in here on digital zoom, so apologies, folks. It's kind of cool to see the workings of the process that these flights get dispatched by their ground crew. Whoops. Oh, I missed that, didn't we, folks? That's the other engine just kind of roaring into motion. Oh yeah, 321, such a beauty. One of the Jet 2s is moving in the background. We'll catch that for you as well, don't worry. Just want to get the disconnection process of this, if possible. That dog's got a lot to say, hasn't he? What's she? Okay, so there's your disconnection. Chocks are there, and then there is the sign of the little thing that they disconnect from the plane. I can't remember what that is now, something to do with the landing gear. Is it landing gear lock or something like that? And now they can be on their way back to Milan. I wonder what the weather is like in Milan. Let's have a look. Milan today, 4 degrees. Ouch. It is sunny though. Beautiful clear skies. Air quality similar to yesterday's, which is terrible. So maybe we do want to be here in Bristol. Temperatures ranging today between between 1 and 9. Tomorrow -1 and 7. I would have thought it'd be warmer in Milan. I don't think I'm going to go to Milan in the winter though. Blimey. Good dog. I catch up with all your conversations. I'm not going to make any reference to dogging by accident this week, don't worry. I do love 321 Neo. What a lovely looking plane. The way EasyJet striped that out looks lovely. Hello, gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. Checklist time, is it? This, that, the other, check, all good, ready to go. Back to the Italian sunshine, if not the Italian warmth. Jet 2 is on the way down the runway now, so that departure to come as well. It's down the taxiway, I should say, not the runway. That wouldn't be very sensible, would it now? Here. So we'll bring you that shortly. But first, I think we'll see this departure. Three departures on the scope now then. Milan is first, Chambéry is second with Jet 2, Tenerife with Jet 2 is third. First of which looks like it's going to take place just very shortly. Come back to the chat in a minute. Sorry folks. We're going to get barked at again now. Good fun. There's the next departure just behind. coming to visit, say hello. .321 makes a graceful departure, maybe a little bit clearer than it was for the previous departure, but very low cloud over the airport at the moment, meaning we don't get to see too much of the approach or the departure, sadly. However, we do get to see them on the ground. Looking lovely. This one's off to Chambry. Go back to your owner, bad dog. Nice one, Jay Turner, yeah. Aviation Hunter says, hope I've got some dog treats. I think I might take my arm off if I try and feed them. Fluff. And that just vanished into the mist, sadly. That's very much what it's like here today. Our third departure out of our little sequence will come courtesy of this aircraft. EasyJet Neo, yeah, love that. Oh, Mark White, great stream, love your dogged determination. Very good, Mark, very good. Aviation Hunter said 320 sounded amazing. 321, sorry, looking forward to the German Airways jet captured earlier. Ryanair 737s. Looking forward to seeing those. Jay Turner, love 321, but I must say 320 in my opinion, somewhat of a minor aircraft. Reliability-wise sometimes. Aviation 737 ping on the radar, 1861. Biggest aircraft due in and out of Bristol today, 321 Neo, that's right, yeah. Isaac, good morning from Rio de Janeiro. Fantastic, Rio. What? Sorry, Isaac from Rio. Nice to have you with us this morning. Just doing a bit of admin over here, I think. I'm not. I'm going to say it again. Unpopular opinion, but I think I like the other livery better. Oh, right, Okay, so look, clearly they're not quite as close to that plane as it looks, but the perspective is a bummer, isn't it? Yeah, I prefer the white background. Having said that, it's not that I don't like this. This is perfectly nice. Jet2 have given us 2 great liveries, but I just prefer the white, I think, personally. Right, we're emptying out this airport pretty nicely, and we'll look forward to getting some in soon, if you wouldn't mind. That would be great. This one's off to Tenerife. And this is the Snigger registration, Golf, Juliet, Zulu, Bravo, Juliet. Well, it makes you snigger if you're as childish as I am, anyway. Right. I'll show you the arrival board now, which is looking a little bit more interesting than it did earlier. All of the arrival data we're able to source via our systems here comes courtesy of our friends at Radar Box. Make sure you check out the Radar Box app, and you can find that on your favourite app store, whether it's the Play Store on Android, if you've got a Samsung phone or something like that, or you can go, if you've got an Apple phone, then you can just go to your regular app store and you'll find Radar Box in there. Download it for free, have a play. I think you'll like the features. We do. You can see the quality of their data as well, which helps us drive our various systems here at Planecaster, which, as I say every week, working very hard to improve. Got lots of things that I'm working on, but it is slow going because it's just me doing it. But I am getting some great help from Aviation fellow spotter, Mr. Pete Wright, who is being very, very helpful with his expertise on the ADS-B subject. So look out for those enhancements coming soon. Meanwhile, these folks are on their way to Tenerife. Did have somebody watching. Plane Ace was watching from Tenerife earlier. I'm not sure if he's still with us. But we have a Jet2 on the way, which we are sending to you. You can expect it in about 4 hours. 3 hours 45, I don't know, something like that. If you get a picture of it landing, that would be amazing. The registration's easy to remember anyway. Sounds like a turn and burn, doesn't it? Take off very quick, and they should put your foot down a bit more. There we go. Here goes your cloud height check. 3, 2, 1. Oh look, dare I say it's clearing. Dare I say it might be clearing. There you go. I mean, it's clearing slowly. A few gaps there because we just caught a little glimpse there, didn't we? But that's it now, I think. Ah, there we are. So in terms of what's left, just those two on the remote stands. This final Jet 2 here, which is the delayed service. Can't remember exactly where that was going. One of the Canaries, was it? And we've got an EasyJet down here, which I think is out of commission for the time being, just looking at the way it's parked very remotely there. So, yeah, a nice empty airport. Time to start getting in some arrivals. I think we can expect to see those in the coming hours. Let's have a look. Coming minutes, hopefully. We have a flight, British Airways 777-200 going exactly dead over the airport at the moment, and it's come from the Bahamas. How wonderful. Nassau on its way to London, Heathrow. It's descending now through 25,000 feet, doing 438 kilometres. That registration is Golf Victor Indigo Foxtrot. Keep our eyes on this one, haven't we? That's due out at 10:20, by the way, that one. Everything else that was due out at the airport is now departed, and all eyes turn to the arrivals. I think that we can expect our first one at 10:10. We have something coming in at 10:15, 10:16, 10:29. Two at 10:29. That'll be impressive. And 10:35 and 10:33. So quite a chunk of arrivals to come very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Planecaster, live from Bristol Airport every week. If you are new to the channel, if you just found us, thank you very much for finding us for a start. Thank you for coming along and watching, and if you're on the chat, hi to you, welcome. But do press that subscribe button on the channel. It does ungodly good things for us, or unworldly good things for the channel, and it won't cost you anything at all, but it will spread the word of the channel and Bristol Aviation in general. Pete Wright says, morning Danny, hope it's not too cold for you. Thanks for the shameless plug. Pleasure to help you out and course in use. Yeah, it'll be Pete, it'll definitely might get some development done on that over Christmas, although I am working most of Christmas, apart from the bank holidays, so we'll see. We'll see if there's a chance, if the opportunity occurs. I'm really excited to get it going. There's just so much to do before we can even get to a position where I can kind of do an early demo, an early public demo. Right, let's start tracking some of these inbounds. I think the next one's 10:10, so that's going to be the inbound from Scotland. Edinburgh to Bristol. That is an Airbus 321neo, so that's going to be a lovely sight to see landing, the second one of the day. It's currently at 15,000 feet, and it's doing 356 knots. It's about to kind of be halfway between Merthyr Tydfil and Hereford, if you want to kind of reference on the map. They are diagonally opposed, so that gives you a rough idea anyway. It'll be with us in about 13 minutes according to the map. I would say it would be a little bit longer than that, but not much longer. Excuse me. Oh, blimey. Oh, excuse me. Quick sneeze fest while we concentrate on the departures and then a stream of arrivals. Excuse me. The tower is still undertaking its work. I'm not sure how long the project is set to take, but it's lots going on up there to make the control tower a modern place to work in terms of comfort and also in terms of facilities. I don't suppose the guys in air traffic control are watching Planecaster this morning, but we'll just give them a big shout out, the ladies and gents, and if they want to give us a wave, then they can. But the last thing we really would expect air traffic control to be doing is to looking at YouTube. So we're not expecting to see anything. Anyway, that is all under refurbishment at the moment. Is this the bus we saw earlier? Well, I don't know, it's one of many buses, isn't it? Oh yeah, Pete, right, ready when you are. Still have the gadget here for you. We need to test. Should have planned that for a trip. Yeah, I know, Pete. I mean, it's just so much going on at the moment, and then you get to Christmas, of course, and it's just like utter madness, isn't it? Complete madness around Christmas. Pete Wright just builds things like that. He's an absolute engineer marvel. He's just engineering marvel. He's like, I'm just going to build one of these things, and he's like, just bosh, done. Me, I'm sitting there going, where does that plug in? How does that go? What's going on with this? Why doesn't that connect to that? Yeah, no, seriously, Pete, thanks for all the help you've given the channel. It is much appreciated, and yeah, we look forward to sharing with viewers what we have up our sleeves, because you know, if you think you've seen accompanying visuals, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to be using the power of live ad speed data, along with the data from our friends at Radarbox. It's a very, very powerful combination, and when you combine it with the pictures from the airport, it brings it all alive. So we're going to be looking forward to doing that. Most of the methods I'm learning to program this, of course, are in the day job, and I haven't learned everything I need to learn yet. So it's kind of it's all happening in real time, shall we say. So it's over the Bristol Channel now, the inbound service from Edinburgh. This is Golf Uniform Zulu Mike Indigo in the A321 stakes. So it's just a 3-year-old example. It was delivered in June 2020. So that one is just now going over Portishead. Pete will probably hear it, but I doubt very much you'll see it, as it's still at 8,500 feet. I think that's where you are, isn't it, Pete, around that Portishead area? Looks like a bit of action up here. Not there. No, not there. Up here. Didn't expect to see that. Aviation hunters, you get to see your split scimitar action. With Ryanair this morning. So if you're still with us. I don't think that's a max, it's just an 800, isn't it? we going for a tow intentionally, or are we just, does somebody forget to put the handbrake on? I'm thinking, why wouldn't you just take the bus to load it up? Perhaps perhaps it is going to somewhere to be loaded. It's not something I've seen before at Bristol. There you go, it's kind of like a little treat, isn't it? Must be being towed to a more sensible place for boarding, but either that or it's one of Michael O'Leary's ways of saving money by towing the plane to the runway and then taking off. It's going at quite a pace, isn't it? Hope the brakes work. Oh yeah, brakes work very well. Thank you very much. Lovely job. Right, haven't seen that done before here. Okay, right, so we're going to focus on our next arrival, which is now on approach Amsterdam to Bristol. This is an A320-214. I thought we would see the Edinburgh first actually, but that looks like that's going to be number 2. Which is the A320. So I'll swing the camera around now because we're not getting much notice today. We're not getting much visual notice, so shall we say, because of the low cloud cover, so we'll keep the camera here ready. Don't want to miss anything after all. Got a succession of arrivals through this hour now, after a quiet start. Well, we had quite a few departures, didn't we? We've emptied the airport right out anyway. This is the Amsterdam service, currently at 1,700 feet. It's Echo Zulu Tango Lima is the registration for this one. It's doing 126 knots, 1,500 feet. Let's see what they are reporting in terms of weather. 37 knots from 238 degrees is the weather that they're sending from their perspective at that height. Try not to unduly get people in on the stream unless we can help it. Dear, the focus is not having a nice day, is it? Blimey. Come on now. It's quite gloomy here today. The camera makes it look brighter than it is, but you quickly see the problems when it comes to autofocus. Waiting for our next arrival. It's not far away at all, it's just the cloud cover is low. There it is, folks, there it is. It's quite high up there. Welcome to Bristol Airport. You're watching Planecaster. I'm Danny. Good morning to you. It is about 7 minutes past 10 here. Our pictures are reaching you with a slight delay this morning, which we do on behalf of a request from the airport, which we're happy to do. And so if you're looking at your flight radar, your radar box, plane finder, or any of the other apps, don't worry. You're not going mad. There is just a small discrepancy in time between the two streams. I'm going to put the eyes to the sky again here now, because I'm pretty sure the other one is pretty close. It's just flying over Winford right now. It's at 1,100 feet, 126. Now this is an A321 Neo, so EasyJet. It's a beautiful looking plane. We saw one arrive and depart a few minutes ago, coming in from Milan this morning, so this is the second one of those today. Might see a bit of camera darting around here, trying to avoid getting people's faces in, because the common is quite busy today. So I'm just going to leave the camera pointing up a little bit. There's nothing for it to focus on, is there? It's just... There it is. Told you it wasn't far away. Look at that coming through the murk. Absolutely love seeing those ribbons of moisture coming off the aircraft there. Beautiful. So number 2 in our little stream of arrivals. The inbound is hurrying down here to its stand. The first inbound, I should say. Just a quick peek at the radar as well. Next arrivals in from Belfast. Echo Zulu Alpha Victor is the registration, and this is an A319, so we're getting the whole set in 3. First of all 320, then a 321, and now what you see here is a 319 emerging through the horrible clouds, low clouds over Bristol this morning. There we are. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And then the 321 that just landed is here. Brassic in the finger department this morning. Right, I'll just zoom there. Just want to keep my eye on things because we had quite a little succession going there. Yeah, so that inbound was from Belfast. Good stuff. A little reprieve now, but there's more on the way in. Let's see, has anybody come off there yet? No. Still opening the front door. Still opening both doors. Always so interesting to see how quick this occurs, how the plane's up to the gate and then the people are out in the terminal, in the cars on the way home, on the buses, whatever. It's just brilliant. Although it does take a bit longer if you're going up and down that ramp, because you have to go up and down and round. Right. The stairman gets out of the way so as not to be run over by the exiting people. Who's going to be first off? Always a certain amount of satisfaction if you're the first off the aircraft. Who's going to win, front or rear? It's... looks like the winner's coming off first from the front and the rear closely after, I would imagine. I'm going to be taking the EasyJet flight up on a Thursday evening in February, coming back on the Sunday. Looking forward to that. I got a trip to Gran Canaria in the meantime, in January, from Gatwick with EasyJet also. Lovely stuff. Next arrival is positioning now. It's coming in from Geneva. It's an A320. Echo Zulu Whiskey Delta is the aircraft on this one. A320. Let's have a quick look at that 319 as well, which is just making its way down here at good pace. This is the last thing you saw land. Another one for EasyJet land. So today's Geneva flight will look like it will be around 1 hour 20. It's 847 kilometres is the journey. It also looks like this A320, although the registration wouldn't suggest it, but this A320 may still just be with the original Airbus winglets rather than the retrofitted things. So we'll have a look at that in just a second when it comes in. The picture that's coming up is showing the older thing. That's on approach now. 3,000 feet, 166 knots. Let's swing the camera around ready. We don't want to miss it, do we? Things are clearing, I think, a little bit. But it's all relative. It's all still pretty murky in general. Just around 20 past 10. Welcome to Felton Common at Bristol Airport. I'm Danny. The channel's called Planecaster. Please do press that subscribe button, and you can like the streams. We'll be doing amazing favours for us. Won't cost you anything, but it will do the world of good for us. Thank you. Next arrival emerging through these clouds that you see before you. Very, very shortly. Flock of birds has just flown over the approach path here. Probably not an ideal height, so that's quite good that they've disappeared. This one is taking a second to appear, isn't it? Very close to the airport. So any minute now, folks. Folks, can you see that? Yeah. I'm loving the emergence today from the cloud in terms of how that looks. I don't know if any EasyJet pilots, or sorry, any pilots landing into Bristol are watching us today. Interesting to know if you're on automated landings or you're on extra kind of restrictions where you ask people to turn the phones off and all your devices off so there's no interference. Stuff. The final one of our 3 Jet 2 departures is now on its way at last. Just doing engine startups now from what I can hear. I think we're just about to get the disconnect and walk away here. We just did that behind the truck there, so you didn't really see it, unfortunately. Look at that, a Jet 2 tug for a Jet 2 plane. That's very good branding, isn't it? It's not always the case, is it, when they do that? Right, how are we doing? Nothing on approach for a few seconds, which means we've got the opportunity to watch this, which is great. Does look like we've got the inbound, another inbound from Belfast in about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit sooner, but we've got a little bit of time to watch this for now. Yeah, EasyJet that just came in is just behind. Or actually, maybe just beside. I'm trying to work out the what I'm looking at there. Quite difficult from this angle. It's actually zoomed in so far, just to give you an idea that that's how far it's zoomed in. Yeah, it looks like the EasyJet's going to take place. And there is that EasyJet does have the old brakes on as well, so that's interesting. Do have something going on down here on the runway as well. A little miniature aircraft. This is the aircraft I'm pretty sure I saw start up earlier. The registration seems familiar. NetJets Europe, wasn't it? Let's have a quick peek on here. It's a Cessna 688 Citation Latitude. It is NetJets, yeah. So that's on its way. Well, I say it's on its way. Where to? I couldn't tell you. Actually, I can tell you. It's off to Zurich. Sorry, it wasn't available earlier. There we go. I mean, they've got wheels up before the end of the runway even. It's just like... that is some climb performance. Right. Eyes on the departure here. And that departure is to Fuerteventura. Beautiful Canary Island action for these people. And in terms of inbound, we've got a plane at 2,000 feet. It's Echo Zulu Golf Kilo. It's coming in from Belfast. It's an A319 again. So, what's going to be first? That's the question. It's got to be the inbound, surely. I'm going to call it. Or am I? Hold on. No, I'm not going to call it. No. I always get it wrong, don't I? You'd think after the best part of a year doing this, I'd have a clue. Delta Bravo, the registration of this one. No hanging around though, that's for sure. Oops. A little bit bumpy on the way up there. What we'll do is come back round now. Because right on the nick of time, in the nick of time. Little float for the inbound 319 from Belfast. Next arrival is from Porto. This is a 320neo. Uniform Zulu Hotel Neo, 320, yeah, 320 Neo, not 321 Neo. So another nice sight for us this morning. Haven't actually had a 320 Neo come in yet, so that's good to see. We're definitely collecting the whole set for you this morning, and we've gone from having no aircraft in the air, like no EasyJet aircraft here at all, to this amount. And one more as well, just coming down to join. There's also one parked up to the right as well, but that's not going anywhere by the looks of things. It's 10:32. What's going on? Plane spotting community, how are you? How have you been over the last week? Hope you're getting ready for Christmas. This will be the last stream now until the new year, I'm afraid, and actually probably for another week or so after that, because I'm due away. If there is any opportunity to do one ad hoc, then I will, but it's something that will just happen ad hoc, certainly without any planning. Next inbound now is going to be visible very shortly, so actually I'll just keep this in focus and then we'll swing round as soon as it comes. Keeping my eyes open. Everyone's on approach now, so let's bring that round. Once again, that, I mean, completely relaxed sound of those engines. Neo engines on the way in is just lovely, isn't it? From a perspective of living here and perhaps not being into planes, local Bristol residents, you must appreciate the Neo engines and the Max engines. Lovely succession of arrivals. Airport was practically empty. I mean, it literally was empty, wasn't it? Apart from those two up there. And now we're looking like that. Still, plenty of room. Send some more. We're good. Just keeping an eye on the scope here, just to see what we've got coming in. (10:45) from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. And it looks like the next ones are into the 11 o'clock hour. So what we might do is take our leave, actually, after the next arrival, or next two arrivals, because there won't really be anything to bring you at that point. So 10:36. Sorry, 10:45 and... No, just 10:45. Blimey, sorry, folks. information I've got in front of me isn't sorted, so I'm just trying to do it on the fly. Not very well, no pun intended. Another EasyJet coming to join his friends. Not bad for about half hour. Maybe just a little bit over half hour, and we've filled up quite nicely, haven't we? So 5 minutes out for the Paris, which is another A320neo. Looking at the wrong information, are I? No, yes. .10:48 actually for the inbound Neo from Charles de Gaulle. Nothing significant on the departures, so we'll watch this one in, folks, and call it a day there. Like you, I'm sure, so much to do, so many things to do, and it's definitely much quieter here at Bristol in the winter, on the weekends anyway, so sadly I don't have that weekday to work with that I had for a period in the summer. So, we have definitely brought you the sort of, like, the rush, the arrivals rush, and a few of the departures, and we'll just concentrate on this inbound, and then we'll call it a day for Christmas and the New Year. But really want to say thank you very much for, like, supporting us through the year, and just turning up, and being on the stream and chatting, making new acquaintances, new friends. It's just been really, really fun. And there's no point doing this if nobody tunes in, and you absolutely have tuned in by your thousands. Not so many today, it's a funny old day, isn't it? Saturday before Christmas, but it's just been, you know, absolutely amazing having people join in, and from various parts of the country. Perfect example, Nicholas Taylor, good morning to you from Leamington Spa. I don't think we've ever spoken to anybody from Leamington Spa before, so that's great. Thank you for joining us. One inbound to bring you today before we take our leave, and that is going to be about another 6 minutes or so. Swing the camera around. Mark White says, thank you for your streams this year, Danny. I hope you have a great Christmas. Thank you, Mark. Same to you. Same to everybody. The whole Merry Christmas and Happy New Year business. And I've got a trip early in the new year to Gran Canaria for a few days, so I'll try and get some shorts footage of that. I do have a window seat booked, so hopefully I can bring you a nice takeoff and landing out of Gatwick into La Palma Airport, or Las Palmas Airport, and the return trip as well, of course, doing the same. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to feeling the sun on my back, I'll tell you that much. Anything we can do to shorten the winter. If you are getting fed up with winter, by the way, take some comfort, folks. What's the date today? Can't remember. I've forgotten that. Here it is. It's 16th today. Yeah, 16th. So, right, 5 days' time, everything starts to get lighter, albeit very slowly. But we're like downhill to summer. Remember that. That's 5 days' time. 21st is the longest day, and shortest day even, and longest night. And from that point, we're on the countdown to summer, folks. Lighter evenings, lighter mornings, warmer times. Something to hold on to as we sort of try and grind ourselves through January and February. But yeah, I'll look to be back in that second week of January, I think. If anything presents itself, if the opportunity presents itself over the middle of Christmas, then I will take it, and I will publicise it. So make sure you have pressed the subscribe button and you've got the alerts all set up on YouTube. That way I can keep you informed of what's going on, and we'll put stuff on social media as ever. You have got, by the way, an array of brilliant streams today to choose from. I know that the wonderful people from Aviation Hunters are on their way to Heathrow as we speak. They might even be there. They might even be on air. But they'll be bringing you some fantastic Heathrow action. So make sure you tune into those guys. If actually, I think SDTV are there earlier in the morning, so it might be like they're still going, and then you can switch over to Aviation Hunters. You've got no doubt stuff coming up from Plain Sailing from Newcastle, and our friends at Blue Sky Aviation and Mac Aviation, Think Planes, Simon Lowe. Just check out all those amazing streamers. You probably know about them already, let's face it. I'm probably the last person you find out about, because those guys are heroes and famous in this industry. But make sure you check them all out and give them your love and support, as no doubt a load of them will be working hard over Christmas, bringing you streams and keeping you company. Just keep looking backwards to see where this inbound is. Can't be far away. There we are, right, yeah, currently at 2,200 feet, 140 knots. Let's have a quick look at what they are reporting. So they're currently reporting 36 knot winds at 238 degrees. This Neo, by the way, is just 4 years old. Delivered shortly before lockdown. Nicholas Taylor says Happy Christmas to one and all, as does Mark White. Thank you very much, everyone. Gonna pop the camera down now. What a lovely set of EasyJets to leave you with, though. Another of many happy dogs makes its way across Felton Common. I'm going to zoom over here though, because I don't want to invade the privacy of dogs or their owners. As soon as the aircraft's in the sky, I'll put the camera back. So that's a lovely view there, isn't it, of Felton Common? Sorry, Dundry Hill. And this is Felton Common across, looking across. Anybody can come up here, folks. It is public land. You are welcome to come up and plane spot up here. Don't feel you can't. It is entirely public. Just be considerate when you park, and make sure you park in the right places and don't be obnoxious about it. And you can come and enjoy the facilities up here. And there are some great viewing points. In the winter, I prefer to be up here, so I can see right across here, but I also have the runway, which is how I can bring you the landing shots. But if you go down there a bit further, you will actually be right by the runway lights, and you will see right across And while it's a great view for you spotting and for maybe taking photos of approaching planes, it's a bit more difficult for me because I've got to swing the camera around 180 very quickly. So it's easier for me if I can kind of go zoom like that rather than over the head, because this type of camera equipment really doesn't want to behave in that manner. So a little bit of background as to why I put myself here. In the summer though, the undergrowth does definitely expands a bit, so it kind of makes it a necessity to go down there. Right, here we go then. Obviously there's Winter's Lane as well, you can make your way up there. I just sense we might have a little bit of rain coming as well, which seems to be like a great time to take one's leave. Thanks very much, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you very much for joining us throughout 2023. Look forward to bringing you all the good stuff we've been talking about for ages in 2024. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you to everyone who's joined us this morning and throughout the year. All the best. See you soon. Bye for now.